Well, I'm Dave. This is Grumpy Dave's Customs. It's a whole 32 degrees outside, and I need to take one more day post-medical procedure before I return to the garage and get busy big time. I got 2 deliveries I was tracing. They're expected today. I'll believe it when I get here, because I've had a lot of stuff, especially with the postal service coming 7 to 9 days later than projected delivery, which really screws you up when you're working on a timeline like I do when I'm building. I know what parts I need. I order them 12 days before I need them, and then they're still not here for 5 days. It really screws up the workload. Step out the back here. Yeah, my scooter box, the work car there. Trashed the CV joint on the end of the half shaft, passenger side. I'm gonna be doing some stuff on the Packard there. She doesn't know whether she wants to go out or not. She's a smart puppy. If I'm out there, she'll go out there and run around and play, and then she'll run right back to get in the house. She doesn't stay out there any longer, and she absolutely has to. My wife picked me up a razor knife, saved me the effort of doing it, because she knew I was going to need it. She gave me that little present. She also, for my birthday, let me buy a Hurst shifter for the Packard, which is going to take major fabrication to work, because I want it off the 3 on the tree, and I want to put it on the floor. Here's my door cards. Come here, baby. Come on. Come on. She has to be up here to supervise. That's my... Yeah, I understand. Get to work. I'm using the diamond plate. I don't know if I showed that yet. These are the door cards I made. Now I got to put the door card on the door and hold it there, shut the door, sit inside the car, to make sure the new rubber seals that go around the door do not hit or go on top of this. Because when the material's on it, it'll be next to impossible to lock the doors out, slamming them or holding them shut with a bungee cord. So I'll put this in there, then I'll take a pin and I'll draw a line around the edge when it's being held exactly where it's supposed to be, to make sure that it is just inside that rubber door seal. So when I wrap the material, it won't be in conflict with the door seals. That's the common fail on these. I read that on a guy's channel when he showed him adjusting it, but he had problems because he'd already put his material on, so he damaged his material to take it off, so he had to order more, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to make sure my panels fit and everything's in position, and then I'll draw a line to confirm the fitment. And if I have to shave it a little bit or true it up a little bit with the jigsaw, I can do it prior to the spray adhesive. And we're doing a wet set. The wet set is I spray this down, this surface only, until it's wet and slick with the glue adhesive, and then I put this on, lining it up on the pattern. I'll put a black dot on the end where you can see it. Okay? So when I'm putting the material on, it's got to be to the top of that one. It can't wrap over. It's just got to come to the top. Reason being, your door topper goes on there. I got the material, but that's a different project for a different day, and I'll do those later. And I'm going to use a riv nut through the end of the door, because the glass sits way back at the top of these doors, and I'll make sure the screw goes through the wood panel and protrudes into that door just enough. It's just shy of poking out the other side. So when I put it on, I don't have to use all those little 1/8-inch wood screws and those little chrome brackets. It's worthless. If you're a purist and you want that stuff, go for it. I'm doing this because I'll put 2 of them on there, snap 2 buttons on it, and it'll be perfect. You can sit on the, do anything you want to do. You don't have to worry about them breaking out. 2 toe kicks behind the door panels, the rear panel. It's never had one before. Okay. So what happens is I put a piece of the material in the 2 corners in the back. This thing fits kind of weird, and I'm not going to try to make exact fit, so I'm going to do that. Lay this over top that panel. It gets the snaps and the pop rivets to hold it in place. And then I'll put the 2 side panels in where they butt up. And they're nice and neat. And then we'll go in and put the 2 front toe kicks in. That's the kick on each side. You got it? That's the one for passenger. That's for the driver. The toe kick is the outside where your feet is, in front of the door. Your feet are. These panels here will be refitted, like I was telling you, trimmed, lightly sanded, and then we'll do the wet set so I can move. So you use a contact cement. Where it touches, it sticks. And this material, if you go to move it and it sticks, you're going to damage it, the backing. So I'm going to wet set it like I did the Mac I did 4 years ago. God, it's been almost 5 years since I did that Mac. Anyway, I did a wet set, sprayed it down real nice. I put a black dot on the top of the panel so I could match it up to the appropriate piece here. And it would come to there. Okay. See how it's tracing that line? And then I can put the center of this on that black dot and put it on, hold it, and just gently with a roller roll it out, and it will be where it needs to be. If I flipped it over and tried to roll the back of it like they do and start stretching it, that panel can move and I'll trash it. So I'm going to let the back dry, the front dry first, and then we'll trim the excess off that I don't need to fold over. Then it'll get the contact cement where I spray, wait for it to get sticky and tacky, and I fold it over and roll it, fold it over and roll it, fold it over and roll it. Same thing here. Then take the scissors and do the relief cuts and roll the corners till it's really good. Then I do the center cut here with the X cut, and I fold those 3 pieces up because it'll be right around the door. And this is got a few little cuts in it, and it comes right to it, and you're done. Wherever there's a hole like this on this one, these 2 holes right here for the armrest, the rest of them are for the buttons. Old hot rod style. And since my medical test came out good, and today's the last day I have to behave, I can actually return to work tomorrow. I'm going to start it by running out and getting a few pieces I need. I'm going to order some special body screws, metal screws with the long, small heads Phillips with the long, because I need them for the Packard, the 1940 Jalopy. There's a lot going on with that one right now behind the scenes. You saw me in front of the computer. Here's my build book with all the information for each segment of the build as I'm doing it in my head and getting part numbers lined up so as I go through it. If it works, fine. If not, I can alter what I'm doing. I don't have to start from scratch. First up is getting the height of the car set. Am I going to leave it where it's at, or am I going to drop it down? So that depends on whether I put loading blocks on it or not. And then we're going to go in and raise the body, repair the body mounts, cut the center of the trunk out, adjust the curve of the trunk lid, which is going to be some serious thought. And then I'm using the S10 hood arrangements and latch release for the hood on the trunk of the Packard. So I'm going to have to sit under the car with my head up in the trunk with the light on so I can fabricate I'm using the pull. If I take away the safety arm, so when you click it, it locks, and when I pull a handle behind the driver's seat, it'll release that hood draw, and the trunk lid will pop loose. I just get a hold of it and lift it up. I'm going to do away with that big funky license plate light thing. Just have a license plate with an LED hitting it. Tail lights are still up in the air. I got ideas. I'm kind of tinkering with that today. I want to get the sheet metal straightened out and get the body up level on mounts again, because I can't start the fabrication on the rear until I get the sagging butt lifted up. So I'll have to put a 2x4 across the inside of the trunk, take the trunk lid off, put my engine hoist on it, and start raising it up until both sides are off the frame the same amount. And then I'll have to fabricate, make mounts, brackets, and then I'll pour the pads. Then I'll install the pads, and then I can take the engine hoist off, and the car will remain where it's going to be. And then I will be able to, I'll pre-cut the metal panel for the trunk, the patterns. So when I cut the trunk out and I'm sitting in there, the only thing that's going to be in there will be the tailpiece. And it's curved with the two mounts on it to hold the back of the body in position. And then I can put a light in there and literally work on the trunk stuff to make it so much easier. The gas tank, I have no idea what I'm doing with it yet. There's a lot of fabrication going on there. It goes through the fender, so if I don't have the fender on there, okay, and I do the wrap on the fender and it comes out at the right spot, I could radius it out and install the neck there and then put the hose down to the tank. If not, I'm going to have to elevate the tank, and it's just one step at a time on that build. It's not a major issue. It's just a challenge to myself. And it's a challenge, all right. The gas tank for that thing cost over $1,000. So here we go. We'll cut these, and this will be our project for the day. And then we're going to go out and see how things are going out there. I got to pick up some diesel fuel tomorrow. I'll take my truck, because I'm going to need to run the heater around the clock when we're doing this interior work. I can fill it up and it'll run all night and still be running the next morning when I go out to top it off. So it'll be running 24 hours when I do these. Now, since I'm in cold weather and everything was delayed because I had a bunch of issues going on, had to deal with, now I'm in super cold weather, which affects everything I'm doing. Isn't that nice? That's what we're doing, people. Just an easy day. Tomorrow I get to return to work, so to speak. I might go out today and do some prep work out there. I need to do some pictures. I lost a couple, and there's a guy that wants to see my radiator and who the manufacturer is. And I saves me, I can't think of the name of the radiator. It's right on top of it. So I got to go out and raise the hood and take a picture for him. And then I'm going to do some check work, and then I'm going to call it a day. It's not what I want to do, it's what I have to do. And tomorrow we're going to go shopping. I'm going to run out to Menards, pick up some 1-inch drill bits for my impact. I'm going to swing by Harbor Freight and pick up a assortment of pop rivets. And I will be going all out to get this stuff done. I need to have the interior and the doors adjusted, the door cards on, and the dash ready to go by Christmas. I got 3 weeks to do it, so I might as well just bite the bullet and get it over with, because after that I got to prep it and clean the garage, so when my son gets ready to start wiring and getting his game plan together, I'm not in his way. And then as soon as the wife gives me permission to purchase the remaining big ticket items, I got to buy the B&M shifter, I got to get the carpet ordered, and the exhaust system. And when I can be working on that stuff while he is doing the wiring on his weekends, which is Thursday, Friday. I won't be in his way. I'll just stand down, and then when he's working his regular job, I'll go out and work on the interior, get the carpet in. Next up for me after I do this is to take the bucket seat, put it on both sides of the car, mark the spots where I got to drill holes for the seats to be mounted in the floor, because I want to carpet it, and then I take a drill bit, get it hot, a pair of vice grips, shove it up through the hole and burn and melt a hole through the carpet so it won't grab it and run, twist it. Just drop the bolt down, put the washer on it, slide it into the channel track on the seat, let it come through the floor, put a large washer or lock washer and a nut on it, and zip it in place and be done with it. All these will be burned too. I'll take the drill that I drilled this with, turn it around, put it in a pair of vice grips, get it hot with the torch, push it through from the backside and melt a hole through the backing and its materials so the screws will not grab it and twist them, so it doesn't bind up the material. And that is how we do it. The wife gets back from shopping. I'm going to let her do the cutting, and then I'm going to lay this in my room. I go to the spare bedroom because my back right now is so bad that I'm up and down 3 or 4 times a night, walk around because I can't sleep. It hurts. Walk around to the cramps stop. Wakes her up. There's nothing worse than sitting there with a cup of coffee, looking across the kitchen table at somebody who's burning holes through you, knowing that you woke her up all night long. So I go back there, makes happy camper, because I'm not waking her up. Miss Gabby jumps in bed, takes my spot. And if I got to get up like 3 o'clock in the night because I'm back or shoulder hurt or something, I walk in, get on the computer, and start my research. That's how I found the rubber strips and stuff for the 30 days I did that. And I finally found a supplier for the rubber to put the window back in the back of the hardtop, which my wife had to have. I don't know. I have a set of custom wheels out there I could put new tires on that are wider. And she said no, she wants the GM Rally wheel. She likes the look of the chrome and stuff and the color against the orange to match in with the other stainless steel and chrome on the car. She said, plus there's a little sweet note that you're running a GM Chevrolet engine. I couldn't argue with her thought pattern, so whatever. So I'm going to get focused back in. She cuts, and then I'm out to the garage. I may do a video out there. I may not. And tomorrow I'll go out, mark the seats, have my grandson come out when I get done, pick that seat up so I don't hurt my back, carry it out. We're going to put it in the back of the Packard. It's out of mind, out of the weather, and out of sight, and we'll be good to go. People, like, subscribe, and hang in there. Have a blessed day. And if you've got a project, get your project on.